Man, welcome to the Aaron L Show. Man, it is more news on YouTube about XRP than any cryptocurrency on the market right now. You know, XRP has so many bloggers and content creators and TikTokers, and everybody's just talking about this coin, man. And it to me, it just seems like it's just so much hype behind it that it's eventually just gonna explode. You know, this is basically the people's coin. You know, a couple of people I worked with, we done had cryptocurrency conversations, and the majority of them own XRP because the average investor, they usually invest in stuff that they hear about. You know, they don't really do no research. They don't really do their homework. Once a lot of people get to talking, that's when you see a lot of the average investors digging in their pocket and putting some money there. You know, my instructor at school, he said he owned 1,400 XRPs. I'm not for sure what price he bought it at, but he owned 1,400. I heard another coworker say he owned like 400 or 500. So in my mind, I said, you know what? This is the people's money. You know, the people, I think that's why they holding XRP down, because they know the majority of XRP's market cap is held by the public. You know, it's cheap. It's not, you know, expensive as Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of like run a lot of people off. They don't feel like there's money to be made in that. They feel like XRP is the next one to explode. You know, and it's just so much news. I mean, it's not even about the TikTokers, bloggers, content creators, and all those people talking about it. It's actual national news about this coin that they're just, you know, it's just so much stuff getting talked about that you look at it and go, there's just no way this coin is not going to explode. XRP is set up perfect. It's XRP's up like 400% in a year. Yeah, we know it was around 50 cents not too long ago, 75 cents, and it ran up to like 385, which made a lot of people a boatload of money. You know, people who was really just buying it and buying it and buying it and believed in it and just thought eventually it would run. It ran. They grabbed their profit, some held, and the coin stabilized around $3. It's going to $2.90, $3, $2.85, $3.10. It's just hovering around there. So I believe that's the bottom. I think XRP by the end of this year could be $6-7 a coin. Easy. One coin XRP should be about $7. From this point, it should double you up or give you 150% profit off of whatever you invest in. So I believe that the average investor should take some time out, look at XRP, look at YouTube, look at TikTok, look at all the bloggers, look at all the noise that's behind the stock, look at all the momentum is starting to gain. You know, it's a volcano bubbling under the surface, about to explode. You can see it. It's coming. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. You know, and I believe it's really gonna happen soon, because on Coinbase, it's the third popular stock behind the third popularest coin behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. It should be way more than $3. That means it has way more investors putting their money in XRP than they do in Solana. Solana's worth $200 something a coin, and XRP's worth $3 a coin, and XRP has way more investors, way more news behind it, way more bloggers, way more TikTokers, way more content creators pushing the narrative. And like I said, when you're not a seasoned investor, they invest off of what's popular. And right now, XRP is one of the most popular coins on the market. I don't see people talking about Ethereum. For every Ethereum video I see 10 XRPs. Every Bitcoin video I see 10, 20 XRPs. You know, all the bloggers are talking about it. There's been a lot of news, a lot of litigation going on around XRP, and a lot of people say that was the reason why the coin was being held down when we had this last bull run. It didn't really run like it did. It popped, but if it would have ran like the market had ran, XRP should be at $15, $20 right now. But it was being held down. It was at 50 cents, 75 cents. It was hovering around that area for 2-3 years. It did not move, but a lot of people who believed that coin one day would run made a serious 7-8x profit. But I believe it's another 7-8x profit coming to the 10, 15, 20, 25, $30 range, because it's just too much hype behind it. Do your research. Get on YouTube, get on TikTok, Put in XRP. Look at all the recent videos. Look at all the past videos. They are pushing the narrative on this stock. And when you see a lot of bloggers, TikTokers, and content creators doing that, that's when the average investor starts to buy in. I believe that's the reason why they're holding it down, because they know if this coin jumps 10, 20, 30%, it is a lot of average Joes got their money into this coin. And that's what's going to make me put a lot more of my money in it, because when it pop, I want that 10, 20%, that 10, 20x return, because it's coming. It's only a matter of time. But this the Aaron L Show. And like, comment, subscribe, man. XRP is the way, it's the truth, it's the future, and it's the coin that's going to give you 10, 20 times your money coming real soon.